when I feel a lot of self-doubt, I have to remind myself I've done a lot of readings, and yeah, so sometimes when I feel that I know someone's lying or there's something like that going on, someone doesn't want me to know something, and yeah, why do people want to do that? I mean, there are personal boundaries, and of course, I mean, you don't cross those, but sometimes a person's lying and doing shit that they know they shouldn't do, and I think sometimes that's when it feels like, it's a bad feeling. But I wanted to talk about this for a minute. So I have had some real bad concerns about, the potential for another sort of mass trauma, I guess is the way to put it, and, feeling it, you know, and I was thinking, is some of it just like almost like chills, but not quite. So, anyhow, I'm trying to remember if before some of these things have happened, if it's been some strong feelings and then nothing, you know, and then something happens. But I was sweeping and I'm gonna close the back door while I'm at it. But I was sweeping and I was and Garth in this sectional, the section of the sectional that we have, where I had to actually rent a truck to get to move it here. But yeah, so let's see if I can do this without him jumping on me. But here's this section of the sectional that really is Garth's. All right, so and he likes to push the pillows apart and kind of make a little hole in there. And let's see, kind of do all right. And then I straighten it, and then he does it, and I don't think. I mean, I think he probably enjoys kind of doing that, so I don't think I'm messing it up too much. But yeah, so I did that, and I straightened this chair. All right, so the gaming chair. All right, so after I moved here, and I was trying to get furniture because I moved here with almost no furniture, a whole lot of plants, and mostly what I had was like folding tables and things like that, um, but I got I got gaming chairs, not knowing that's what they were, because they were cheap, and I thought I can sit in them and read, and I mean, I sit in them every now and then. I sit in them every now and then. but I didn't know till I got it. Oh, that's a gaming chair, and I mean, I don't like video games. I mean, yuck, I mean, but yeah, that gets my attention, because the past few days, no matter how many times I straighten that chair, it gets knocked crooked again. And I think, all right, so if I want to think about signs, maybe that's a sign, or I tend to notice things more as on my skin. All right, so my tattoos and sometimes deep pain in my body, but recently, I mean, I've really noticed that. I don't know if it's always like that, but I have noticed that this time around. So what I notice more is heat, itching, and tickling on certain tattoos. So so again, gaming chair knocked crooked again, and and whoops, um, and yeah. So again, if I were gonna think about, if I wanted to think like signs, I might think that I wonder about that possibly being a sign, because I mean, what are video games? What have they done? And I mean, I know some people like playing video games, and even adults. Some adults like playing video games and grew up playing them, but why were they developed? What are some of the things that they're used for? There's a question. I mean, I have no patience for it's real boring to me, but it's yeah, that's just something. I don't know if there. I wonder how many people my age are like me as far as video games. When I've talked before about in middle school, when I was middle school age, there were arcades and you had quarters and go. It was guys that did that. There were things that guys did and that girls really weren't allowed to do. And I'm not sure if girls went in there much. It was just sort of like you couldn't do that. You weren't invited to play D&D. There are things like that. I would have liked to play D&D. I was tomboy, but I was not included. All right. And actually, I think about there was a video that I saw last night. It's one of those. I think it was the last day of school, 1989, and I mean, so much has been lost. I mean, really, it's crazy and so sad to me. But there was a kid, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, teenagers have always been edgy. They've always been. That's just part of being a teenager. Yeah. Well, but yeah, I wonder how many people my age roll their eyes at video games. I mean, I think about children who, well, yeah, I mean, it can be a fun thing to do, I guess. But again, why are there video games? What are they sometimes used for? And yeah, the gaming chair getting knocked sideways, crooked. The past few days, no matter how many times I straighten it, I mean, he communicates things to me. Animals are real smart. They're smarter than humans, for sure. I mean, for sure. Anyway, yeah, well, just some words.